Family, friends, and class of 2020. My name is Stephen Miner, and I am honored to say that I am the valedictorian of this extraordinary graduating class. Not only am I a student at Winston-Salem Preparatory Academy, but I also attended the Career Center where I took 3 classes: AP Literature and Composition, AP Psychology, and U.S. History 2 Honors. I was the captain of the varsity basketball team both my junior and senior year. I am a Crosby Scholar. I made the honor roll all 4 years of high school, and I am a member of the National Society of High School Scholars. My basketball coach often says, "He who works the hardest reaps the greatest rewards," and I am a prime example of that. On behalf of the senior class, I would like to thank each and every person who made Winston-Salem Preparatory Academy unique. To the superintendent, we thank you for your wisdom throughout this school year. To the administration, we thank you for your dedication to our lives throughout high school and your very hard work. To the faculty and staff, we thank you for not only pushing us to better our education, but taking the extra time to build a relationship with us that we will never forget. You all were positive role models in our lives, and you impacted us in a way that we will always remember. And for that, we say thank you. Today is a special day for many reasons. Besides the obvious, us graduating from high school and entering our next journey in life, nothing about this graduation ceremony is traditional. The class of 2020 has overcome so much this year and throughout our lives with social media, meeting expectations, maintaining relationships, finishing school because of COVID-19, that it can be hard to even fathom at times. But that is okay, because God has equipped us in the face of adversity. On September 11, 2001, at 8:45 a.m., America changed forever. On this tragic, historic day, the Twin Towers collapsed, chaos erupted all over the world, and nothing since that day has ever been the same. There has been an increase in surveillance. The Department of Homeland Security was created. Airport security has gotten a whole lot stricter in an effort to limit the chances of something this detrimental ever happening again. Now, I know you all are probably thinking, what does 9/11 have to do with this graduation speech? Well, here's what. After these attacks, families grew closer with one another. Spouses realized how important it was to love their significant other as much as possible then, rather than later, because it could all change in an instant. With that being said, America experienced a baby boom 9 months later, and we are now the graduating class of 2020. We were born because of a day that changed America forever, and we are now graduating during a pandemic that has changed education forever. So adversity is nothing new to us. We were born in adversity, built for adversity, and God has more than equipped us to handle adversity. We have experienced adversity our whole lives, even as kids. We just never knew it. For example, I want you to close your eyes and listen. You are 10 years old and it is 12 o'clock midnight. You are hungry, so you walk downstairs into the kitchen for a late night snack. You grab your snack, something to drink, and you are about to head back to your room until you realize how dark it is. So then you get scared. You get your mind right, you take a deep breath, you turn off the lights and sprint back to your room before the monster you think is behind you can get you. Now granted, no monster is behind you, but you don't know that at 10 years old. All you know is it is dark, you are alone, and you are trying to get back to your room as quickly as you can. You have never experienced true anxiety and adversity until you've had to run away from an imaginary monster in the dark you thought was real. Your blood is flowing, your heart is pumping, you're sweating, but you got away. It may not have seemed like it then, but you have always been equipped to handle adversity your entire life, even in your broad imagination as a kid. It goes without saying the coronavirus took a lot away from us, such as prom, senior day, sports, cap and gown pictures, and not to mention having to finish our senior year at home via e-learning and this virtual graduation. But with the support from our parents, teachers, friends, classmates, teammates, coaches, and others, we were able to finish out this school year strong. We encouraged and uplifted each other in a time of need so we all could make it across the finish line. I thank God for my parents and support system because they encouraged me and kept me sane during the e-learning process that was put in place to finish this school year. As I would sit at the computer every day at home doing my schoolwork, which had suddenly become my homework, my mom would constantly remind me of how close I was to finishing and how special the class of 2020 really is. It definitely helped me to stay focused and keep pressing, so I say thank you, Mom and Dad. Adversity not only applies to us in school, but also in athletics, which transfers over to life. It is bigger than sports. My coaches always told us they were trying to teach us to be better young men, along with better basketball players. When times got tough on the court, we were equipped to handle it because of our coaches and training. And when times got tough off the court, we were just as equipped to handle those situations as well. Sometimes, you must look adversity eye to eye and face it, even if others don't understand. You have to do what's best for you and your goals and accept whatever hardships that come along with it. My dad has a quote, and that quote says, "Barriers, roadblocks, and obstacles are set up for one reason and one reason only: to separate the committed from the uncommitted." People may be uncomfortable with being average where they are. People may be comfortable with being average where they are, but when they see you are not, and you are making decisions that are best for you, they try to force their comfort onto your life. Well, I don't want it, so you can keep it. I'm going to do what is best for me, no matter how much adversity I must face, and that is what athletics teaches us. It teaches us to become strong leaders, unwavering in adversity, and always willing to take the helm to lead, not only for ourselves, but more importantly, for the greater good and well-being of others. I mentioned early on that nothing about this graduation was traditional. So here goes. I remember the time I wanted to make a decision I felt was best for me, a decision I knew was an important part of my destiny. I had a long talk with my parents, and they agreed it was time for a change and supported me in my decision. After which, I transferred to Winston-Salem Prep. People did not understand why I did what I did. Many did not agree with it, and they talked down on me. But guess what? I still stood tall. I did what I felt was necessary for my future, and I know I made the right decision. The only thing that mattered to me was that my parents supported me, because I would have been lost without them. I often heard people say, "You're going to prep? Why that school? Their education is not good." Well, I'll put it to you like this. Whether or not you want to receive your education is left up to you. You can go to class just to say you went and not be willing to learn anything, or you can go to class with the mindset ready to learn despite what everyone else is doing. I chose to learn despite what others did because my foundation had already been laid by my parents. Nobody had to tell me to go to class, do my schoolwork, stay for tutoring, or do my homework because I already knew to do so. Some people were not comfortable with taking risks, and they wanted me to feel the same, but I refused. They were not able to do so themselves, so they tried to make me feel like I shouldn't either. In a movie I once watched called The Pursuit of Happiness, Will Smith quoted one of the most impactful quotes I have ever heard. He said, "Don't ever let someone tell you you can't do something. You've got a dream, you've got to protect it. When people can't do something themselves, they want to tell you you can't do it either. If you want something, go get it, period. And that applies to anything you want in life. Please, go get it. If you want to be the first person in your family with a college degree, go get it. You want to own your own business one day? Go get it. You want to be the first doctor in your family? Please, go get it. Don't let people put their limitations on you. Set your goals, make the proper moves, and achieve them. I believe in you, and I know you can do it." Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2 says, "Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it." Write out your goals and place them everywhere you go so that you look at it every day and you remember why you are working so hard. People may look at you crazy for having these dreams posted everywhere in your office, your room, your bathroom, and other places, but let them. They don't know what all you've been through and what all you had to sacrifice. People will try to tell you, "Oh, it's impossible for you to do this," or "It's impossible for you to be that." Well, I disagree with them. Nothing is impossible. Even the word itself says, "I'm possible." So don't feed into their negativity. Use it as motivation to prove them wrong. I remember as a kid, people would ask me what I wanted to be in life. Now, I knew I wanted to be a professional basketball player, but I was shy and timid in telling them so because I didn't want them to laugh at me or think I was being irrational. I said it real quiet and I lacked confidence. Now, when people ask me what I want to be in life, I stand tall, I'm confident, and I tell them loud and clear, I want to be a professional basketball player. And if they laugh at me, oh well. We'll see if they're still laughing at me in a few years when I'm doing my thing in the pros. They can laugh and doubt me all they want, but they don't know what it took for me to get here. With everything I have been through, I have no choice but to be successful. They do not know what I had to lose to gain. Yeah, I got knocked down, beat up, and bruised bad in the process. But one thing I know is the comeback is always stronger than the setback. God did not allow everything to happen to me for no reason. He did not allow me to need to have surgery just so I could have a big scar on my knee. No. He had a plan and a road for me to walk, so I'm going to obey him and walk it. He never puts us in a situation that isn't already won. But that doesn't mean we won't have to work to get that victory. It may take time, but it will happen as long as you stay in the process and embrace that adversity. On today, June 13th, 2020, I stand before you all with no regrets about the decision I made going into my junior year. Coach Andre Gould, Mission accomplished. I am a high school basketball state champion, and I will be attending Queen's University of Charlotte on a full basketball scholarship of more than $200,000, which did not come easy. I applied myself as a student athlete, and I was determined to make sure my parents would not have to worry about paying for my college education. To the class of 2020, we have done all that has been asked and required of us. The same God that has protected us through adversity and been with us all of our lives will still lead us through adversity in the uncertain days to come. We must stand firm in our faiths and beliefs with our heads held high, knowing that we are and always was destined for greatness. We have already overcome so much and succeeded in the face of adversity. With great confidence and determination, we press forward until we fulfill our destinies and clinch success. Congratulations to the Winston-Salem Preparatory Academy class of 2020, and congratulations to the class of 2020 all over the world. To God be the glory.